Hi friends, welcome back to the channel.
Mama Bear's Homestead and more.
It is an exciting day.
She's so excited, guys.
It's sunny. It was sunny yesterday. It's dry. We get to plant our first big garden.
About time, she says.
Oh, I've been itching to get plants in the ground. Y'all saw the video the other day where we had pretty well everything in the grocery store taken care of. But y'all, we got a lot of planting to do today.
And so on today's episode, we're gonna have tractoring, digging, pounding posts, wire, getting cut by wire. Mama Bear don't have no zip ties, so
yes, I do.
Okay, all right.
We got that whole pack in there.
Okay.
What do you need zip ties for?
Because you're gonna use zip ties for everything. I know this.
No, I've got all my clips.
I
don't need zip ties for a thing.
Okay.
Except maybe my tinsel. My patriotic tinsel.
Yeah. But anyway, we better get started or we ain't gonna get done.
Yeah,
we may not get done today.
We got a lot to plant, but yeah, we got several days where it's calling for rain the next few days coming up, so we got to get it done today.
Yeah.
But yeah, stick with us. Let's get it done.
Let's go, Mama Bear.
All right, y'all, we're gonna come down here to the store, get my radio flyer wagon here. Alright, y'all. Radio Rancher wagon, sorry. But yeah, we gotta get all these flats up to the house. We're gonna be planting the majority of the tomatoes and peppers and the basil. So I gotta get this wagon loaded up. I'll have to make a few trips, but I think the only tomatoes that we're not going to be planting in the big garden are going to be the cherry tomatoes. And y'all, those take over everything. So that's why I've got some of those planted in the grocery store. But only 3. I sure thought that was going to hold more. All right, y'all. You don't need to see me make every single trip, but I'll just be using this wagon here to go back and forth, make a few trips. The only thing down here I think that we're not planting today are going to be cucumbers. I've got several of those planted in the grocery store, and we've actually got something with our A-frame chicken tractor that we don't use anymore. I think I'm going to use it for our main cucumber growing apparatus, but that won't be today. Papa Bear's still got to till up, get some ground ready for it before we move that and get those into place. So that'll be another video another day. But I'm gonna work on getting all these tomatoes and peppers moved up there while Papa Bear gets the trailer with all of our tomato panels and fence posts moved over to the garden, and then we'll get to work, y'all.
Hey guys, I had to get Callie Alley here, hook onto our tomato cages. No, they're not tomato cages, they're cattle panel or hog panels, but this is what we use for tomato cages. We've tried cages, we've tried to string them up with baler twine. That didn't work very well. I know a lot of people do that and they have better luck, but we never did. So they're expensive, but you know, this is our second year using them, so they worked great last year. Yeah, and you know, every year we use them, that's just less that they cost. So yeah, but it's awful handy to have this running gear laying around that we don't have to have for anything else. We can just, you know, after the tomatoes are done, we just pile them back on this and they're movable. We can put them wherever we want and pull them back up in the garden for next time we need to use them. So, yep, I'm gonna go ahead and do that real fast. Neutral. Good jackal.
And y'all, while I got you down here, this is the A-frame that I was just talking about for the cucumbers. I'm gonna remove, back when we used this as a mobile chicken tractor, we put up a lot of extra protection from hawks and owls. But I'm gonna end up taking all these little extra pieces off so that it's just the big square holes there in the panel. We'll move this closer to the garden. He'll have the ground worked up on either side, and we're just gonna use this as a cucumber trellis. And once I take all this extra stuff off, if the cucumbers hang on the inside, we'll just open the door and go in and collect our cucumbers. I think it's gonna work really well. They didn't do too great in the lower garden last year where we had them, so we're gonna try this out instead this year. But I'm excited about it. Look forward to that in the future, hopefully sometime soon. And then last year in this garden, if you remember from the videos, we had the tomatoes planted on this side and our zucchini and squash planted on the other side. Well, this year, to change up the soil for them, we're gonna have the tomatoes planted on the left side there, and we'll do everything else on the right. All right, y'all, we got all of our panels up here moved, and I got all the, ooh, tangled up on the grass. All of our plants. We got some more on the porch that we'll be planting, but we're ready to go. Now it's just the setting up the panels, and we'll get to planting. Well, you know, Papa Bear.
Well, first we gotta try to make sense that okay, I thought the neighbors was gonna stop. Gotta make sense of how I organize this on the trailer, so how that determines how we unload it. I think it'd been easier to flip it upside down and start that.
All right, I think we're ready to start setting up some panels. So we're gonna set y'all on some time lapse. Enjoy. Last year I had my scarecrow up in the garden, and I'll probably build one this year as well. But in the meantime, I stopped into Joann's when Papa Bear had to run into the Rural King, and they had all their patriotic stuff half off. So I got a whole bunch of tinsel that I'm gonna hang on the panels so they can blow and reflect and hopefully keep birds and stuff away. We're making some progress over here. We're about to get our second panel set, so coming right along, y'all, coming right along. Well, Papa Bear's starting to set some posts and get these panels up. I'm gonna go ahead and start planting some tomatoes on the 2 finished panels. Got my drilling hole tool and Tums. We always plant Tums with our tomatoes to help with calcium.
We use Tums for calcium because of blossom rot.
Because of blossom rot. All right, so we just put 1 or 2 of these in the hole as we plant the tomato, and it's worked really well for us each year. We haven't dealt with any issues of the blossom rot. So first tomato like on this panel here.
I'd bring it in here.
Hmm.
I'd bring it in on your second row.
Right here?
Yeah, that way your tomato, you still got some out here to tie to when it starts going out.
And last year, I did not write down which panels had what tomatoes, so we didn't know until they started growing. I've got a little notebook this year that I'm jotting down a little sketch, so we know exactly what's planted where.
Hey guys, well, we've got 42 tomato plants planted and 12 basil plants, and I like it. I like it a lot. Next we're gonna move on to our peppers, I think. But yeah, and then as these tomatoes grow, we'll just start clipping them to the panels for support, and it works very well for us this way, so the way we like to do it. But I'll get my stakes pulled and we'll get a string pulled down through there so we're straight and with the peppers, and yeah. Well, guys, this garden here is done. We have tomatoes, 6 different varieties. We put 12 basil plants in. We planted 3 rows of green beans, Roma 2s, California row of California bell peppers, and we got our Black Beauty zucchini over there. 5-6 plants of that. So we got stuff in the ground, guys, and that just makes me and Mama Bear so thankful. You know, the good Lord provides us with this opportunity, so we're gonna make the best of it. We're gonna leave this video here, and as always, my friends, keep on keeping on, because we love every single one of you, and Jesus does too.